Hi, I'm Terry, and this is Ask Mr. Locksmith. Here's an interesting problem we run across during the holidays and the summers especially. You've been looking after somebody's dog, cat, parrots, whatever, and you're going to their house every day, and you've lost the keys to the house or the apartment or the condo. This happens a lot more than you'd think. The problem is you have no ID showing that you're allowed into that unit. So what do? We can't let the animal die. So what's in our area, what we have, if you've locked out and there's a dog or cat inside and you're looking after it, you go to your local SPCA, and sometimes you go to your police department. And what's really cool that I find interesting, and they do it very, very quick, the SPCA or whatever agency goes before the judge and gets a warrant to enter the premises so we can go in, open up the door, make a key to the door, whatever. Sometimes the keys are just locked inside. So we can legally go in with a warrant, open it up, and then, and then they can look after the dog, cat, whatever beastie they have in the house. So it's not impossible. It can be done. There's a process, and the SPCA that we've been dealing with is fantastic on this, and I just love it. They get it. One of the more interesting ones is the cat was missing, and they look at the neighbor's house, and there in the big window is their cat locked inside the house, and the people have gone away. And this is kind of interesting. They didn't know where the cat was for a couple of days. The cat's out there looking out the window, and it'd been out in there for probably a couple of days. The SPCA did a fantastic job. We got a warrant to go in to rescue the cat. So we opened up the door. The owner got the cat. The cat was happy. Everybody's happy, except for 2 weeks later. And of course, they put notes and left information that they did it. 2 weeks later, the owners come back, and they went ballistic on everybody. How dare you enter my house? Everything, and just went crazy. And they called me up, and I was the one who responded to the warrant. And I just said, would you have preferred to come home 2 weeks later to a dead cat in your house in the hot weather? This actually probably saved you a small fortune, and you really want to kill a cat. So it was a happy ending for the cat. I don't know why. I can understand the homeowner being upset. But the SPCA did the proper job. They went, they got a warrant, everybody followed procedures, they locked up the house. And sometimes the police stand by on this too. So it's well organized, it's well thought out. A shout out to the SPCA for having a method to do this, and we love helping them. A lot of people are upset. The SPCA going in with warrants to open up a house. You got to realize if you're looking after somebody's animals or the cat in that situation went in the house, you don't want it to die there. I got another interesting one. A guy was in hospital and he had a canary, and he was basically in and out of a coma, and he goes, I got my canary. So it was interesting. The hospital, the social worker contacted us. We contacted the SPCA. The SPCA got everything together, and we went in. They went and got a warrant because nobody had ID, and this guy's in a coma, and everybody's worried about the canary. So we went into the house. Now the warrant was very specific. The specific thing was to rescue the canary, and no matter what you see, you can't do anything. And there's all sorts of legalese and all this sort of stuff. I'm not a lawyer. I just know we went in with a warrant to open the door, get the canary, and lock it up. We lucked out, did no damage, went in there. The poor canary was barely alive. It survived. They took the canary out. However, oh my goodness, it was basically a meth lab inside. So we had the police standing by, but the warrant was very specific. Rescue the canary. We didn't have reasonable, and it was really hard for the police and everybody else. They couldn't go back on reasonable and probable grounds or whatever they saw and get a warrant in this case. There are other cases in case law, but in this case, the warrant was specific. Rescue the canary. We saw a friggin' meth lab there. Didn't matter. We would never have seen it unless we were rescuing the canary. Yes, there's other case law. The police could have gotten a warrant, and I've seen situations where they have gotten warrants to go back in again. In this case, no way. The judge was very, very specific. Rescue the canary, get out. So if you enjoyed this, make a comment, like it. If you have any questions you want to ask, is ask away, and I'll put them in the comments, and I will try to maybe make a video on it. Have a good day. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Also, visit my website, and you can see what online locksmith training I have for beginners, intermediate, and advanced, as well as my covert methods of entry and my non-destructive methods of entry.